going on, y'all? Corpus Christi Originals back at it again. Today we got another original, another legend in the house. We're celebrating success stories on the Corpus Christi Originals podcast, coming to you live from the Produce Sound Studios, downtown Corpus Christi, Texas, with Mitchell Finesse, founder of Stangin Customs from our west side. He's built the name designing custom cleats for NFL, MLB stars like Jalen Hurts and Javier Baez, landing on Washington Nationals deal and a shot at Super Bowl 59 exposure. We'll dive into his journey, sneaker industry trends, and how social media marketing has fueled his rise. Chat's open. Let's begin. Mitchell, it's great to have you here in the studio, Produce Sound Studios. How does it feel to be back in Corpus Christi, sitting in downtown with us today? And after all your success with the Stangin Customs.
Oh, man, it feels great to be home. Shout out to everybody who been along the journey with me and, just excited to come back. Take it back to where, I guess the roots all started for the journey on anything, whether it was culture or athletes, wanting to get anything done by me, whether it was music-wise or, custom-wise for shoes or gear. But, I mean, it's been a great journey so far, and just coming back home to be able to present that in front of people at a live event and take care of some things in between here and there. It's awesome.
Already, bro. Yeah, and right off the bat, I want to credit the Riding High podcast for our research on this episode, man. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out. There's a Mitchell Finesse here with Stangin Customs has an episode with them, so a lot of that backstory comes from that I got it from there. So it's great to have you in the studio. Let's see where we're going here. Let's start on the west side, Madrid and Greenwood. What was it like growing up in a Mexican household, adopted into a predominantly black neighborhood? How did that experience shape you?
Man, it's everything that I am today, bro. I mean, shout out to all my brothers. Just growing up there, it was awesome. Only for the fact that it was kind of a unique place to be growing up at that time. The early '90s, the mid '90s, late '90s. It was really just eye-opening, getting to see a lot and be a part of a lot of things. And then started my music journey with the Wood Boys there. That's where the Wood Boys originated. It was off of Greenwood and Madrid. And, shout out to my brothers because, without their guidance and what it is that how they shaped me to be, turned me into who I am today. So I'm grateful for them.
How was that experience, I guess, growing up and with the best of both worlds, I guess you could say?
Right.
How's that carried on to your Cleat business now, or just your journey together?
Everything. I mean, just life in itself, being able to have the education behind everything, just knowing that you got a lot from, here and this type of, lifestyle and culture, whether it's, race or religion or whatever the case may be. But yeah, just having, my mom and being raised in a household where I can, when my grandma was alive at the time, the Spanish, growing up and as a kid, you can't answer your grandparents without answering them in Spanish or you're going to get, old school whooping.
Wow.
So, I think, having that and then having my brothers, show me the ropes about, music and what it was like, back in the day. I was a big dancer back in the day too. Like hip hop dancing, choreography.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I used to do a bunch of stuff back in the day and, it dabbled from the dancing, choreography, going into actually, being some type of a rapper, MC on a mic, and then going into production. And then eventually, when I dived into this business that I'm doing now, I figured, the amount of money that I made in 1 year, doing this, my first year doing this business, 2 decades of music couldn't even come close.
Interesting.
And in addition to that, so the math was just easy for
me. Did you expect the music industry to have that type of like pay into it? You know what I mean? Or was I
just feel like everybody wants to take that path. I feel like majority, it's kind of saturated now. And it's nothing against artists who have a passion for wanting to do something like that. Right. I've just seen it from experience that, there's a lot of people that want to do it, and there's not a lot of people that customize. And what I do now, that there's so much work and we don't have enough employees. You've ever heard of that? You've ever heard of that at a company? Man, we got all this work, bro, but we ain't got enough bodies.
I ain't heard of it, but I can see it like in your line of business. It seems like there was a need and you kind of fulfilled that need, and now it's like, dude, there's customers when there's only, like, for instance, when I used to play music, I play guitar, Every time I go to the music store, look at the flyers, need bass player, need bass player, need bass player. Well, I'm like, shoot, well, I gotta learn how to play the bass in order to be in a band. So basically, you find a need, and then you got customers, you got money coming in.
I mean, it just grateful for the opportunity. Everything lines up on its own, and when it's meant to be, it's gonna fall into place easily. Like, it was crazy because who thinks of, a start of success in something, right? So organic in the middle of COVID, not even the middle, in the spike of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And mine flourished. And while people were at home, going through depression and bankruptcy and stuff, I was grateful that I was able to prevail and just kind of stay looking at the glass half full. Like, I can use social media to my advantage. If we're at home and everybody's just flipping through their phone, you might as well, right?
Right.
And my nephew gave me the opportunity. He was my first client. What's crazy is my biggest client, or shall I say my, the word, come on guys, y'all gotta help me out. The word is not like your biggest client, like he's your most important, but he is to me. Like, now people might not agree, like, oh, well, you did something for somebody who's bigger than him. It's not that. It's he's the one who gave me the opportunity for the platform he had to say, hey, give me these. And matter of fact, it wasn't even his idea. It was me and his uncle, my brother Maestro.
Right.
We talked about it. We were like, hey, we should do a pair for him before the Capital One Orange Bowl when he was playing at A&M. He was only a sophomore. So we did it, and we shipped it out overnight to A&M.
Wow.
He got it the day before they got on the plane in Miami, and we didn't know if he was going to wear them.
And let me understand, and let me understand this. This is your first pair of cleats that you made
ever.
The first pair
ever. You want to know why? Because what I practiced on was, why am I going to go buy shoes to practice on? And you can even go buy shoes from Walmart, $20-$30, but I was buying poster board. I was going to the Dollar Tree. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Strokes and just, shading and texture and just, overlapping, stencil removal, application. Everything was done on stencil board, bro. To where in my mind I was like, oh, this is nothing, bro. It's just like the music. And if you ask me what helped, that is what helped. Being able to create a song from scratch and being able to do something like, hearing how the song's gonna sound before you've done anything, before, they've made the beat, before I've written anything, before I've recorded anything, I know how it's gonna sound. I could do the same with the shoes. So when I was doing it on poster board, I just told him we need to do it. He was like, you ready? You feel like you could do it? And I said, yeah. And it was on national fucking television. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, dude.
National television. It's crazy.
Wow. So he gave you that opportunity, which is, his name is Anias, right?
Anias Smith.
He now plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
mind you, can I add something?
Go ahead.
Super Bowl champions.
Super Bowl champs, bro.
Come on, Super Bowl champions.
So I was talking about
Super Bowl champions.
Yeah. Hold up that helmet. He brought a helmet in for he made for Alex Martinez, the Skateboard Universal. There you go. Look at that.
Go Birds, baby.
All custom right there. All them custom.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Maya, you got some of them images. Can you put some images up?
Y'all see the 2 Lombardis and the Philly skyline on there.
Nice.
The number 1, So yeah, it's just Rocky's back there. Rocky's right here.
Just pick it. Just kind of got to flip through them. That's cool. Yeah, just flip through them. Yeah. So here's some of the custom work that I picked up off your Facebook page.
Okay.
We got this catcher's uniform, obviously with the Jordan on there. Ooh, look at those.
Yeah, those were pretty cool. I mean, the idea came from that exact idea came from one of my clients. Now that was for Catcher Cartel.
So you start.
Hey, bro, when I say one of the best catcher trainers that I've ever came across, good dude, solid dude. His son is a beast. Both his boys are gonna be some beasts. But yeah, he reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, I got an all green pair. Can you do something with it? I got a camo Rawlings, chest protector. Can you match it with that?" So I knocked out the camo and shipped it back, and he still got them to this day, bro. They still look great. They're like about 3-4 years old, maybe 3 years old.
Look at those.
Yeah, those are actually here. Yeah,
he's got those live. Let's check them out. Ooh, look at those, bro.
Yeah, so these are actually baseball cleats. These were done in, the prime.
Could I see one of them?
Absolutely, you can see both of them. The prime. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Got it.
The prime. Inspired by Dion. Instead of doing on my football.
By Dion, bro.
See, the thing is that when they come out with these cleats, they don't come out with anything under a size 7.
That's so dope, man.
So all these kids that want them that are under a 7 can't get them. So I got to create them. You see what I'm saying? They don't make them in their size, the real ones. They make them in a size like 7 or 8 and go up.
So all
the kids that want them that can't get them from a store or from Nike or whatever, I create them for them.
Wow.
And then now it's dipping into baseball because now baseball players are like, hey, I want the primes but on some baseball cleats. So I'm like, I can put the primes on track spikes if you want them, man.
That's interesting, man. Wow.
Yeah.
And so you had a deal with Dick's Sporting Goods? Do you still have that, or you still mess with that?
So I actually have a partner that is he's chimed in with Dick's at a wholesale. So what he does is we actually run, how a business, you get your business credit for your company.
Kind of like a wholesaler. Yeah, I got
we
you.
actually have like a contract to where I think it's until like 27, but by that time, I mean, everything will kind of just be paying for itself already.
Right on, right on. Wow, man,
That's
we
the
got
goal, exactly. So,
amazing, man. So, yeah, we got off track. Where's the timer at, Maya? You mentioned in the Right Now podcast about having timeless music with the Wood Boys, that you learn how to create timeless music, and like you can listen to it now and it still sounds good nowadays. How do you see that mindset applying to your custom cleats now, especially in today's fast moving sneaker industry?
I mean, just same thing, just being able to create a vision, know what it's going to be like, execute it. I'm very one-on-one with my clients. I did have recently, and this is, a public apology to those that it affected, but I did have something happen with an account with the carrier that there was just some misconception. I had somebody use my account to ship my product out while I was catching a flight, and it got red flagged because it was, fraud, or an alert for fraud. A bunch of politics went into it, paperwork and whatnot, and like I said, it was just unfortunate, but I finally got the people that I was making up those cleats for, that I'm working on, and I'm here now too, that I ship some over here to myself to deliver in person. So everything is great. I mean, I'm very one-on-one. If something were to happen, I guarantee I would just do it all over again. And if you end up to happen with 2 pairs, that was just because of, like I said, the misunderstanding that happened with that carrier. But other than that, like I said, it's always been great one-on-one with my clients, and being able to do stuff that, that they could see, and then they give me their idea, and then I take it and I put it into what it comes out to be. So.
Yeah, right on. So it seems like the MLB, NFL, like they're letting players actually, I guess, express themselves on their uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a real big thing right there. Have you ran into any issues to where you're like, oh, you can't put this on a cleat, or you can't put that on a cleat?
The only thing that I've been told is, like, for example, collegiate is real big on using the same style cleats that they're branded for their uniform. So if it's an Under Armour school, they want you to, and only certain athletes are going to be able to have the okay to get customized cleats.
Really?
You kind of got to be at that standard, that level of play or popularity. No, all of it, it's all NIL. Yeah, it's all likes and popularity.
Crazy.
And if you bring in money, like, throw some names like Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter, my nephew when he played in college. These are guys that they could wear the custom cleats, and they're big names, and they bring the numbers, and they put the proof out on the field. These are big names in college. So I'm trying to just grow, at the same time, organically. I don't expect to go in and all these guys that have been in the league to come to me for their customs when they've had their guys that they go to. Now my chance is to come in with these middle schoolers, high schoolers, these college players, and when they grow, I'm growing with them. There's people, like, especially like tuned in right now, like my boy Johnny. He comes every season. Football or baseball, baseball for sure. People, regulars, they come back all the time because they know exactly what it is. Like,
nice.
They get exactly what they're.
So that's important in your industry, I guess, in any industry, to have that type of relationship with your customer.
It has to, even if stuff's going wrong, as long as you communicate. I mean, people understand, and like I said, I'll pull up on you and make it right. I'll set up in front of you, and I'll customize the cleats right there in front of you and your son. If you felt like there was something that didn't come out the way you wanted it to be. I haven't done a mock-up in over like 3 years.
Wow.
So people just say, hey, man, this is what I want.
Wow,
I trust
amazing,
you.
Dude.
A lot of the times they say, hey, I trust your work, bro. I see your work. It's fire, bro. This is what I want. I want these colors. I want his name. I want his number. His grandma passed away. Can you throw like his grandma's initials with little angel wings, da-da-da-da-da. But you do it how you see fit.
Cool.
And then when I present it, they're just like, wow.
Wow, dude.
Like, you kind
how
of exceeded
do you find yourself placing it on the cleat or whatever? You know what I mean? Is it just like, does it come natural to you? Is it something that, I mean, I guess creativity is one of those things where you just.
If I have the freedom to do it, yeah. If I got the freedom to do it, and somebody say, I've even had somebody say, "I'll pay you extra, bro, to take them way over the top."
Oh, wow.
So these right here. This is just an example. These are like a what the dunks, like the what the dunks that came out. There was like a different pattern of dunks from like different dunks on one shoe. So what I incorporated with these was there was five
Show
different,
these, ma.
there was 5 different uniforms that my client sent me for his son. He said, we got all these 5 uniforms that I want to incorporate on one pair of
Oh,
cleats.
wow.
So what I did was I took the different patterns, like the different panels on there, and created something that went with
Yeah,
that
that's a
uniform.
good idea, man. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it kind of looks crazy. You're like, why is there that blue? But there's
Wow.
also like pink and turquoise, but then
see
there's
that, bro.
also, you know, the black and white zigzag, and then you got the gold in the back. What's going on? That's exactly the whole point. It
Amazing.
can match any of the uniforms that they throw on. And that was kind of the whole concept. He was like,
Yeah.
look, if I could, I'd get him one for every uniform. But you know, he's only so big, he's only so old, and he's gonna outgrow these.
He's gonna outgrow 'em.
Yeah, so let's just get one. You know,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
yeah, we could do that. Let's just get one and try to.
You still do you still like travel? I guess, do you still live on the road and take your kit with you everywhere to like your hotel rooms and stuff?
No. So that was when he was younger. Now he's bigger now. He's already 5.
No. You like, because I know you have a briefcase with your setup.
Oh,
with
my
your
kid.
airbrush. Yeah,
I thought
your
you
kit.
said my kid.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
sorry,
like,
your
no,
kid.
he's big now.
Sorry about that.
Nah, so I do have a kit. It's a travel setup. I actually have one that's at my shop that's bigger. You know, it's set, you know, on a big stand up. Yeah,
It's stationary.
It's stationary. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is a travel setup, and I actually take it and it does fold up into a briefcase. And it's
Cool.
actually funny because I travel carry on. It's in a big Nike duffel, and I'll have my stencil cutter, I'll have my shrink wrapper, and I'll have my briefcase, which is my spray booth. And those 3 things go on with me because I can't afford for these guys who just throw them bags. Oh man, you know how many I've had broke? Ah man.
Oh, true.
Oh, dude, too many. So I was just like, yeah, no, I'd rather deal. And
They read it says fragile, and they're like, fragile? Okay.
yeah, and I got a crazy shoulder injury just from carrying that thing as many flights as I catch, and I'm carrying that duffel bag, bro. It kills me so. But I'm like, I'll deal with that better than them breaking my stuff, you know.
Yeah, right on. And you were talking about on Red Night Podcast, shout out, like how you do it. You put acetone and all that other stuff, dude. Like, how did you go about? I guess, how did you find out about this? Like, YouTube, right?
Yeah,
That's the
just
main-
like anybody else.
YouTube University.
Just like anybody else. But the thing is that I applied myself. I said, you know what? I got a lot of people like my brothers that are sitting to the left of me, you know, Freak and
Shout out Alex
you know what I'm
Martinez,
saying?
Freakman, both from the Ride Night Podcast, Skateboard
Yeah.
Universal also.
Yeah, you know,
Thanks a lot, y'all.
like just an example, you know, when you have something that you're passionate about, like at one time it was music for me. I'm still passionate, but
Yeah.
it's not for everybody. You can just like relationships, you can love somebody but don't mean anything. So I look at it like that. I love my music, but it didn't do what I needed it to do for me. And I just took those people that knew me from music and got their attention with this. I said, hey, you know what? You support me with this and I appreciate it, but can I bring y'all over here with me to this side? I still want your support, but it's going to be for something different.
Something else.
So I already had people that were kind of behind me to say, what you're good at whatever you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can make it work. And I'm just grateful that every year, my yearly salary, you know, from, you know, my yearly income is just
That's good.
every year is just better and better. And it just shows that it's something right is happening. The name of the game is not to get rich. It's to just be comfortable. I'm my own boss. I don't answer to nobody.
Nice.
I make my own arrangements, you know.
How's that feel?
It took a while to get to where I'm at now. I'll tell you that. A long while. But it's worth it, though. It really is. Like, if you really have a support system, you could really get something done. Man, dude, just go for it. Because, man, I remember I was 21 a few years ago, or yesterday, or a week ago. Bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that time back. So I'm like, yeah, this is the time I just got to start doing me, man. And like my buddy Chris Burnell, you know, good dude, him and his wife Veronica, shout out to them. They're actually the hosts of the Perfect Game Super NIT that they're hosting this weekend, Saturday, Sunday in Portland. And, you know, we talked and, you know, they were like, hey, we love what you do. We would love to bring you down. You know, what can we do? And we worked out an amazing deal and I'm here. I'm grateful to be here. It's a business trip. And, you know, I figured, you know, I did post, I got with my team here and, you know, we all got together and we were talking, you know, I needed to get something as far as some extra time in with some clients one-on-one, potentially new clientele, potentially, you know, returning clients where I could get some time slots.
I saw you had that flyer. That was
you know,
interesting.
it's like, it's one-on-one, you know, and it's like, hey, you know, I'm going to be in town if you want to get something. It's kind of like a tattoo artist. You've seen those tattoo artists, they make a post like, hey, I know I live in Corpus, but I'm gonna be in Houston for the weekend. If anybody needs anything, holla at me. It's kind of the same aspect. And I just wanted to create times because I wanted to give myself the fairness and saying, hey, I have kids here, you know, I have family, you know, my mom, my brothers, so I want to kind of be able to do both.
You feel
know?
like you need to I guess need to have that connection still with, even though you live out of state, you still have to have that connection with the community in Corpus.
I feel like it's huge. I feel like it's huge, even if it's from a distance. I feel like the love is a little more organic. I feel like it's not pressured. When you're in Corpus, you kind of feel like you're pressing people to, like, you know, this is what I do. You put it in their face, right? Like, I don't even live here. Like, and if you don't like what I do, right, the only way you see it is social media. Just remove it, you know, or remove me, or, you know. So I feel like everything that happens is for a reason. I've been gone since 2018, and when I got to experience what I never thought I would, you know.
Yeah.
At first, when you don't think that you're gonna, you know, be around this long, I was like, man, you know, I'm actually doing real good. I'm
That's
40
awesome.
now, you know. My 20-year-old self was saying, man, dude, it's rough, you know. I gotta turn some stuff around, you know.
Yeah.
30, man, you know, Corpus is great and I love it here, but am I gonna stay here my whole life? Is there anything else out there? And then I got the opportunity and I was like, yeah, okay, now I know what it's like to, like, should I live in the mountains?
Cool.
I live in the mountains out there.
Yeah, I was thinking on the way over here, it's like, man, dude, I wonder what it'd be like to live somewhere. And I've often thought of that too, like moving to somewhere else, you know. But it's just Corpus is Corpus.
It's
like, what
home,
can we
bro.
say? You know, Corpus
You
is
know,
Corpus.
you know what I get the most upset about is like the smell of my mom's house, or, like, you know, of course my kids, you know, but grateful for FaceTime, right? That you could FaceTime them all the time, see them, you know, talk to them. But the biggest thing is the food, like the culture. We don't even got Big Red out there, bro.
Seriously?
There's no Big
Dude,
Red.
that's why when you dropped it out there, you're like, damn, I wanted that one. Because you had
Bro,
the...
it hurt my heart. Y'all don't understand. It hurt my heart, bro. When I dropped that Big Red outside, I felt a piece of
You're like, damn.
my soul jumped a little bit. I was like, bro, and it was in a bottle.
It was at the bottom, bro. Yeah.
Come on, I'm not messing around. I'm a little bougie.
You know you're gonna get one too as we leave, as soon as you leave from here.
You know, It's great.
Awesome, man. So I guess you have a contract with the Nationals. You had a contract, or
So what happened is, it's actually the Nationals organization. So where I was previously staying in the city or town that I was staying in, there's a AAA team there that's for the Nationals called the Fred Nats. It's the Fredericksburg Nationals.
Right.
And I organically ran into the catcher.
So cool, man.
Right outside. Yeah, I ran into the catcher. I gave him a card. I said, hey, this is what I do. And of course, he's from Venezuela. So he was like, you know, do you speak Spanish? Oh, yeah, I speak Spanish. So we're chopping it up. I give him a card and I tell him, what size are you? And he tells me what he wants. Next day.
Ooh,
Same time.
nice.
He's coming from batting practice. I'm out there standing there and I call him.
Wow.
And he comes and he just freaks out. He tells me to wait. He goes, he grabs like 5 more players. They all come out. They're like, hey, you know, they're telling me in Spanish, but they're like, how much, bro? You got Cash App? You got Venmo? What you got?
Wow,
like, I
cool.
want a pair done. Very next day, I'm coming with like 5 pairs of cleats. I'm being escorted in a golf cart, you know, and they're just like, hey, man, you know, is there any way we could possibly sit down and possibly talk about something that we can do, you know, for inside the clubhouse, you know, what can we do in-house? And I'm like, yeah. So we sat down. Then I went out to actually DC, sat down with the actual Nats organization. And then,
Damn, what was that like? Was that intimidating?
I mean, a little, because you're going in.
Wow.
You're going in guns blazing, right? But it's one of those things. You ever seen that movie War Dogs?
No.
Okay, well, there's a movie War Dogs. These 2 dudes, they walk in and they're going in against the big dogs, but they're like, fuck it, the worst they're gonna say is no, right?
Right.
And they go in and they win the bid that they're trying to go in, but they underprice themselves.
Oh.
Majorly. So kind of the same thing. I feel like I went in there and I underpriced myself, but I still feel like I didn't. You want to know why? Because it's all a positive profit. It was a contract I didn't even have, and on top of that, I just opened the doors for myself inside of the ball, you know, playing organization.
More exposure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and these kids, they come in at 15 years old now from other countries.
Nice.
And if you could get a hold of one, I hate to say it like that, but if you could get a hold of one first and be like, hey, you know, if anybody's ever told you they could do customs for you, I'll do them for you. That first pair's on me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, for real. And then they're getting traded, they're getting signed, and you're just going with them. You're going with them wherever they go. They're making
you travel
the
with
call.
them? Wow.
Or they're
Okay, go with I got you.
But I've also been flown out too. Like, hey, I know this is kind of last minute, so to kind of make it worth it, I'll fly you out here. I'll put you in a hotel.
Crazy.
We'll do the shoes together, the cleats together.
Yeah.
Just no phone when I come. Like, that's another thing too. I've been across a couple. I can't even say their names. I came across a couple players that couldn't let me have my phone out, like at all. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it was just
Confidentiality or whatever.
100%, 100%. Some players ain't even supposed to be out. They're supposed to be like,
Crazy.
yeah, resting, or there's a what's restriction, or when there's a curfew or whatever the case may be. Grown men, but they still got a job.
Men, bro.
Well, they still got a job, bro. But
course.
they're gonna keep it on the hush.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah,
Let no man tell me what to do.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like how important word of mouth still is. Like it's not dead, even though we
It's
have got
huge.
social media and stuff like that. Word of mouth is huge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, would you say it's especially for your line of work?
Yes, and I'll tell you why right now.
Why is that?
100%. This is the biggest fact. I've never paid for any type of promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Never. I've never paid for a Facebook ad, Instagram ad, and
Right.
I want to so badly. So badly.
Why?
I feel like it would just reach audiences that I don't even care to have to try to dig in to add as a friend, or to like go and do my homework to say, let me put it in their face, when I could just pay a little money to do it. People pay money to have strangers.
Wow.
People pay money for strangers to come clean up their house. I wouldn't want nobody in my draw. You know what I'm saying? I would. Yeah, nah, bro. I wouldn't want nobody roaming through my stuff. But people do it because they're like, I'll just pay $40, $50 to have somebody
Thinking
clean.
it's gonna turn the money back around. Or whatever.
Or I mean, it's just easier for them
Wow,
to do it like
interesting.
that. So I said, you know what? I would like to do it, but then I also want to see how far I could go by myself. Organically. I say that organically.
course, of course.
Because, I got support system. They don't got to be here. This dude came from a whole nother town to come over here and
For
just
real,
be here
bro.
with me. Here and the other show I got to do tonight.
Put a camera on it, Mike.
For real, bro.
Awesome,
Like,
man.
and he, that's support, bro. But you know what? Freak's another person too. When I first met Freak and he started doing the stuff that he's been. Freak's also, well, these two definitely, but Freak's also like one of the main ones that does a lot of the giving back to the community and doesn't ask for anything in return. He just asks for people to come together to make it happen. Because organically, if you don't need to come out of pocket and people could come with all the resource that they got,
Right.
dude, you could make something really shake.
Right,
and he
right.
did that, and with the help of his team that he had together. I don't know who was the leader or what, but when they did the We on Fire, the charity basketball game
yeah.
for the school supplies, haircuts. I mean, dude, like they did it. Well, they kept me in the loop. They were like, look, we know you don't live here, but you want to do the anthem.
Cool.
And so 3 years in a row, was it 2 or 3? 3, right? 3 years in a row, I did an anthem because they kept me in the loop. And that was the way I could give back. I was like, I don't live there.
Right.
There's no way I could be a part of the game and be there. How can I help? Well, you can create a song. It's done. Say less.
Yeah.
What do we need? Well, give me the info. Where's it at?
Yeah.
What time? And I incorporate all of that. And that was another thing that got me jumping with the Cleats too. And in the sports world is because I was creating custom anthems for like baseball teams, football teams. I did Miller. I did.
Do they still play it? I remember you said
Dude,
they still play.
dude, people
Amazing.
call me during football season. They're like, "Hey, bro, they're playing your
That's
song
cool.
right now here at Buck Stadium." I'm like, "Bro, that song's like 5 years old, dog. That was when Andrew Body was a baby over there killing them, and it
Amazing.
just, yeah, it's cool, man, that I get to. It's like a little staple. I have a little piece of Corpus that I feel like people think of me, when it comes to something, just something that's small, like, hey, somebody's rapping for this little league team, and they're like, hey, y'all, is that a custom song? Who did that? Oh, some guy named it. Oh, yeah, we thought so because that's what he does. He's the only one that does that out here. So I mean, it's cool.
You still
man.
do it? You still do the anthems or?
I still do.
Still do it, bro.
Where's the camera? Put the camera on.
Right there.
Right there.
Over here.
I still do.
Like that.
And I take all challenges too. No, I'm messing around. Y'all know that. I have fun, bro. But I've always been one to just, hey man.
None sound like the other.
Yeah.
Like for the 3 that you made for us, none sound like the other.
I don't like recycled verses.
Yeah.
There's a lot of recycling. There's a lot of recyclers out there.
Yeah. It's more better to create something that comes from nothing that's your own.
And the proof
You know
of
what I'm saying?
that is when they give me when they give me the information, like, hey, it's at this gym. on this day, at this time, the team captains,
Nice.
the team colors, what we're giving away, right? School supplies, haircut, free food. How much at the door? All that is incorporated, bro, in a hot. I don't even got to drop 16, but in a hot 12. I repeat, a hot 12. Okay? A hot 12 with a fire hook, and that's gonna match the whole concept. And I just always have fun.
So
with
you write
it.
the music yourself?
Oh, 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. That too. I mean, see, and that's another thing. I still do beats. I still have my studio set up at my house. The thing is nobody has ever reached out. Put the camera on. Nobody has ever reached out to me but freaking them. So those are the only people that know. You know, I don't promote it. I don't publicize it. Like, hey, you know, for your beats and all that, because again, I have a passion for it.
Yeah.
It just didn't add up for me, bro.
Right on.
When I can do this. And I'm just like, oh, bro, it's art. I could do this till I'm old. I don't need to be on stage trying to look good,
Yeah.
Botox and all that, trying to stay young. I could be an old dude living in the mountains with my wild animals.
Man, what's that like, bro? Living in the mountains. Man, that'd be awesome,
You
dude.
see my face every time you say that, I just miss it because I'm
Yeah,
just
come on.
like, I'll get on a flight right now to go back. I love it, man.
But
right
it's
now,
dry, not moist like down here.
ah, bro,
Ooh,
it's beautiful.
come on.
Hey, you remember when what's his name? Day said you could taste the air.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I promise you, it's like that out there, bro. You just it's
Eating it up.
amazing, bro. The trees, you get all 4 seasons. You know when it's supposed to happen. You know when autumn comes because all the leaves, they're red,
Yeah,
purple,
dope.
yellow, green. I mean, beautiful. Then when they start falling, you know that time's coming. Then when it snows, bro, it snows.
Mm.
And I love it. I mean, we got that bay window.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll just sit back, put a fire on, just chill. It's just,
Man, I bet you that's smooth. Wow. Talking
It's-
about, so it's like, yeah, dude, awesome. So back to the sneaker industry. The sneaker market has become $1 billion industry.
yeah.
Did you envision Ben Stangin Customs tapping into that, or was it just about supporting Anias at first?
Just supporting Anias. And I still think that is the whole thing, man. If I have to be honest about it all, man, it wouldn't make me stop, but it would really take a big piece of the passion away. If he just, let's say, when the day comes that he stops playing football, it's gonna be like, you know, you took that whole journey because of him and the start of that when you got with him, getting his custom cleats done.
Hold on. How did it feel when your wife and Maestro put up the money for your?
That was another thing, man. COVID, right? I had
Right.
just lost my job. You know, they had just said, "Hey, man, we got to send you back to Corpus." She was like, "You could stay." She was like, "You could stay here. You know, we'll figure it out. Stay here." You know, and then talking to Maestro, grateful for FaceTime and being able to stay in touch with my brothers. He would like coach me through the whole thing. Like, look, man, I'll get what you need. How much is it? So we looked and we did our homework, and it was right around like $900.
Were you selling it to him? Like, hey,
No, I wasn't pitching.
nah,
it.
not really.
I wasn't pitching it to him. I was just kind of telling him like.
He's kind of believed in you, thought you could.
I kind of told him
You
like
had
we got it like to where we can use it anytime we need it. Like anytime he needs something, you got me now. We could just do it, you know. Then with the next conversation we had was, when you get it, how long do you think you need before you're ready to do a pair? Because we don't got that much time. Now, mind you, remember all this was in okay, so whenever you know you're going to a bowl game, when you win and you know you're going to a bowl game, you find out who you're playing and when it is. 9 times out of 10, it's like a week or 2 away from when you find out in college.
Wow.
Right? When we found out was when we just started having the conversation.
Wow.
So I had to buy the equipment first.
Wow.
Then I had to practice on the poster board. It wasn't long. I say, and I'm going to be honest again, this is not trying to sound any kind of way. I think it was like 2 days. 2 days of really digging in, not getting no sleep, being up all hours of the night. I'm talking about, bro, my eyes were lit. Like I was just zoned in. And I told Maestro, yeah, I think we're ready, bro. And he was like, are you sure? Because you can't just do them you can't go back. Once you start, you got to know what you're doing. And my very first pair, I mean, bro, I still don't know how he wanted to wear them. To look at how they look now in my eyes, now, I'm like, bro, that work was... I would have never gave him that, bro. But I guess that's what everybody, right? Like music, art. I'm sure when Mono
Well, he
started skateboarding, you know, first he was like, man, I'll never do that again. Now he's got it all. Not, you know, I got it locked down
and he
now, bro.
definitely showed love by wearing them and using them. You know what I mean? I think I saw a promo or something he just had on his. He's still using them.
Bro, you know that's one thing about the kid, man. He's a child of God. My brother raised him right. You know, we all raised the kids right, man. And if anything, that's the one way he could say, you know what, Unc, I could put you on. Give me a size this, whatever, this. And then we had the Sub-Zero cleats drop. When the Sub-Zero cleats dropped, those made a lot of noise, bro.
Yeah.
I had people hitting me up left and right. And then I made him some gold Mario Kart cleats and same
Nice.
thing, you know. And then I made him some Houston
Them Joker
Space
ones
City.
were fire, dude. The
Yeah,
Joker and
bro.
Matrix ones?
Yes, bro.
Those were nice.
Like, I mean, those weren't for him, but just the fact that I was able to start getting into that creativity. I mean, I'm just like, I'm grateful for the ride, man.
Can
the
you walk
ride.
us through the process, say like creating a Corpus-Inspired cleats, like with a Selena theme or something? How do you manage that in a market focused on new designs?
Staying original and no pun intended, right? Right. But you know, I think staying original, people are gonna support what they want. And let's just talk about that. That goes into what you're saying with my business, because I would have never thought that people from way on the other side of the nation or the world will want anything from me. But people like what they like. You know, I get a lot of calls and they say, hey, bro, people just don't answer my calls. Like, I'll reach out to some customizers. I'm like, well, who you reaching out to? And they'll tell me, I'm like, bro, you reaching out to like the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, that's cool.
Right.
These dudes got like 2-3 year waiting list, bro.
Whoa, wow.
Paid for in advance. Put the camera. Paid for in advance. And that's why I say, you know, there's a lot of, if they want it, they're gonna buy it regardless, bro. Like, there's just same thing goes for sports. You know, these kids now, they got $400, $500, $600 baseball bats, bro. Expensive bats, bro. Like, or whatever, football helmets, $400 football helmets, right?
Yeah.
But you know what comes with it. You know you're dropping money, but you know it's the safety, it's the newest ones. It's gonna, you know, whatever, right? They're getting bigger. They need a bigger size helmet. It's the same thing with these cleats, man. When they hit me up, they know what they want and they get it done. And, you know, I'm grateful for the opportunity because I have referred other people. I've had people say that's a little too high for me. And I'm like, that's cool. I did hear that there's somebody in this area. I don't know too much information, but seriously, there's somebody here that does great work. I don't know him or her. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I don't even know the name, but they do custom cleats, and I've seen other people have cleats that I didn't do. So they got to get it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
So competition was slowly getting tough. There's more competition. Major brands. What sets Ben Stangin Customs apart?
Just being able to create like from scratch. I can do whatever somebody wants me to do, how they want me to do it, and that's basically what that's what you're paying for. Like you're the service, you know, like, you know, being able to take this and a bit of this and a bit of this, and can you put it all together for me? Absolutely, I can. Yes, sir, I can. Yes, ma'am, I can. You know, I don't want to be the biggest name. I just want to be a steady name. I want to be a staple. I want to be where people could just come, even if it's just my returners and I don't get any more new clients, bro. I'm grateful because they keep me more than afloat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's going on, Mama? Thanks for joining the chat. My daughter usually makes sure that she chimes in.
hey.
So real quick, talking about prices and stuff like that, I want you to drop this tip about not taking payment up front. And how did you learn that lesson, and why did you decide to do what you did, and how has it worked for your business?
So it happened like 4 years ago, and this is a story I'll never forget. I was so excited about doing these cleats. I was barely getting my feet wet, getting the ball rolling, and I had a client say, hey, want to get a pair of cleats? How much? Excuse me. At the time, I wasn't charging nowhere near what I'm charging now. Nowhere near. So let's just put that out there.
Right.
What I was charging right at the time, okay, they agreed to it. Cool. Okay, so this is how much it is. Okay, so do we put half down? Yeah, you put half down, and when I'm done, you could pay the other half. So I grabbed that money. Now, mind you, at the time, I didn't have the cleat supplies like I got now, or the resources that I got now. So I went outright to a store and purchased those cleats with the deposit.
Right.
So I already lost money out of that
Mm-hmm.
to get the cleats. Then I did the cleats. And then when I was done, the client said, well, discussing it with my husband, we feel like that's a little too high. So we can offer you this. And I said, well, I mean, at that point, I kind of don't have a choice. That's going to cover the cleats and I break even.
Yeah.
Like I literally did artwork to showcase for you to be a bulletin board, right? But that wasn't the kicker. The kicker to me was, well, we think that that's a little high. And I said, okay, so what I can do is I could just throw them away and I could give you your deposit back. Well, why would you do that? They already got my son's name and his number. So you want the cleats. You want them, but you don't want to pay me for them.
Yeah.
And mind you, it's because they look at it like this. There's no website. You're talking to them direct so you can negotiate. Because when you get on Amazon or whatever website you're going to order something from, you can't negotiate. You got to pay for it. Or you can't go to the grocery store and say, hey, I'm going to pay you half. And when I make sure that they fit in the fridge.
Yeah, I have a feeling that.
Drop it.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a feeling that people know. Especially if you're a new business, they know, oh, this guy, he needs money. He's just a new business. He's little out there, and it sucks that people do that to you. A business is just starting out. And then, of course, we grow up in a community where we're like, got to help the dude out,
Right.
But it's not always like that. It's not always fun. I guess the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's business owners that start and stuff like this happens at the onset. And sometimes they get discouraged, you know what I mean? And sometimes they run with it like you did. Obviously, you just went past it. You decided to change it, which is take the money up front, which is, that's if you decide to do that, that's fine. And then two, sometimes people are like, oh, I thought he was family or he was this or he was that. You know what I mean?
I used to get that a lot. I don't get that anymore.
You get it. You'll get it, especially if you have a business,
Yeah,
but it's like you want them to understand, but they don't want to understand.
I talk to people
mean?
more that I don't know than people that I do. My phone constantly rings, but it's people that don't know me, and you ever heard the saying? I don't know, y'all probably heard this recently, but you'll get more support from a stranger than you will from a friend or family. That's real. That's real. And I see that because people don't need to know you to give you an actual compliment, right? There's no jealousy, or you're looking at it with a jealous heart, right? But if somebody that just meets you, oh my God, you do amazing work, bro. Like bro, and they make it seem like there's not anybody who's better than. I mean, they make it seem like you're better than everybody. And I'm like, bro, you make it seem like there's not a dude I could pull up on my phone right now that makes me look like nothing. But people like what they like. It's also not just the work. It's a vibe, bro. These people, there's an attraction there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You get drawn into people that you could relate to.
Yeah.
Oh, I could talk to that dude. I could chill with, I could drink a beer with that dude.
Yeah.
We could talk about whatever.
Well, see, the thing too I noticed about like growing up around in Corpus is like, we grow up with people that are like hard on us to where when you leave and go somewhere else and they give you those compliments, you're like, what? I ain't never heard that before. You know what I mean? It's just you get out of your environment to see how valuable you really are.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I guess we're moving forward to your let me see if I can read this script. You're making a mark.
You can't cuss? I feel like I've been on P's and Kid. You just cussed.
Well,
you let it out.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
What did I say?
Did. Yeah, fucking shit, mother. I didn't catch up, dog. I feel like I've been biting my tongue over here, like, and I don't really like want to talk like that. I'm just saying it was.
I didn't mean to say it. If it sounded like that,
there's a build
I
up
get
to the story.
that.
To the story, I want to be able to say it like that. I feel like I couldn't. Yeah, it's okay.
So we're talking about. I don't know why people get that vibe with me, bro. Like I just don't cut. Like people think like, oh, he's not supposed to cuss around. I don't care, bro. I got the E warning on my podcast whenever you go look at it. So if people cuss, they cuss.
Hey, so before you dive into the next segment,
yeah.
Can I ask you? Can I flip the script?
Yeah, sure.
I this is the first time us meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big supporter of the show.
Appreciate
but like, you grew up here? Did you go to school here?
Oh, yeah.
Corpus? Okay, so how if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah, go
how
ahead.
old are you?
What's up?
How old are you?
43.
Okay, so you graduated what? 82?
02.
I mean,
yeah, well, no, what?
82.
Well, I was born 82.
Born in 82. Yeah, that's
so,
what I meant to say. But I was thinking
02.
graduation. Bro, y'all got to remember, I stayed up all night last night. I'm going to be up tonight. But yeah, okay, so you were born in 82. Okay,
82,
gotcha.
yeah,
And what
yeah.
school did you go to?
Went to Ray.
Okay.
3 years, dropped out. Back to Miller, graduated in Miller. Yes, sir. Dude, I got a crazy story, bro. Crazy story. I shared some of it on the Ride and High podcast with those guys over there, so you can check that out. But yeah, man. Why do you ask?
Just because I feel like familiar, you want to say you've seen somebody from back in the day, and we're about the same age, like where you maybe hung out or who you used to. And
Yeah.
Ray, I mean, I knew a lot of athletes, but if it was older than me, it was probably Moody.
Well, see, I get that a lot too around the city. Oh, you look like this guy, or you remind me of this.
I
get
mean,
that a lot.
I'm just curious, like, what's your last name?
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Hernandez, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of Hernandez.
Shout out to Maya back there, another Hernandez. Back
Yes,
there.
sir. Yes,
That's my
sir.
bro, Maya.
Relation?
Nah,
No relation.
he's my brother.
Oh, yes, your brother.
Yeah.
Why? He's nothing like him, right? He's nothing like, hey.
How many years apart, Maya? What, like 10 or something? How old are you? Oh yeah, about
As soon
20,
as you said
almost 10 years.
like that, I was like, oh, shit, you got a lot to go, boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I grew up here. I mean, I like where the show is going. Obviously, I've slowed down a little bit, but I try to keep it at least doing once a month.
Hey, I just want to give a couple shout outs to some people watching.
ahead.
Hey, bro, there's a lot of people tuned in. I don't know how many people are tuned in on YouTube, but there's a lot on here. So
Shout
shout
'em
out
out,
to
shout 'em
everybody. All right, let me shout them out. Nook, what up, yo? Joe, what up, man? Yep, you already know, like a jalapeno boy, you stupid. Cam, nephew, what up? Nathan, what's up all the way in Virginia? Yes, sir. That's one of my clients. He just copped some prime cleats for me, too. Raymond tapped in. My boy Johnny Luna tapped in. I'm doing some Louis Vuitton cleats for him right now. My brother Snake. Steve tapped in. I just went and saw
Some of them
Steve earlier
images,
at
Mike.
Bubba's. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it was
Oh,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
I just went and saw Steve at Bubba's, linked up, doing some cleats for him tonight. So, yeah, man, just staying busy, bro. My brother Cree, shout out to Cree, BG, Most
my
Hated
bro.
Family. Yes, sir. Lupe, what's up, man? C-Web, everybody tapped in, of course. Freak here with me. Snake, what's up, man? Yeah, Gino, what up, man? Taurus, yes, I can. I could do regular sneakers. Thank you for asking. My boy Mario, my brother, you already know what's up. Marcus tapped in. Yes, sir. Freddie G, homie, what it do? If they worried about prices, they don't need to be shopping. Keep rising, G. I like that.
already.
I didn't say it, you did, but I love it. Yeah. Oh, okay. So my brother Snake says shout out, man. He said he comes from a good fam. Boyo played ball with him and his brother.
Oh,
My
right
brother
on.
Snake, Steven Aguilar.
Oh, Snake, what's up, dude?
Yeah, bro, that's my brother, man. Hey, bro, I'm ready for dinner, dog.
Yeah, Snake, Bo, I can't remember the
Yeah.
other brother's name. Yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
saw Boyo earlier too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I tap in real quick and I just make a round. I gotta make a round real quick. Tap in with certain people.
Already, bro. And I grew up playing sports here, like baseball, football. We played with
I'm telling you, bro. I've
Yeah,
seen
man.
you, bro.
Maybe.
Because me and Boyo used to, like I said, we were dancers back in the day. But
Yeah.
we used to like compete. He had a little clique from Ray. You know,
Okay,
they
okay.
would like go to like the teen dances, skating ring, Sweet 16s.
Oh, right.
And I had my clique for Moody. And I'm gonna say it. We get on their ass every time. But no, yeah, I'm sure I ran into you somewhere, bro. But I'm
Yeah.
saying you have a familiar face, bro.
Right on.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and when I found out you were doing this, I was like, dude, parents of the kids from, I mean, everybody plays sports around here, bro. They're gonna love this stuff, and if they have somebody around here that makes that type of stuff, like they're gonna want it for their kids because they're proud of their kids. They want them to
Absolutely.
have that stuff. you know?
Absolutely. And shout out to my brother, man, Oscar. He gave me the shirt. Keep
Shout
him
out.
hating. This is brand he's coming out with for the gym, some gym clothes.
Alright.
And I'm good at this right here. I'm very good at this.
Keep
so,
hating.
hey, so he's like, hey, I got some shirts for you. Got a hat. But I had just, I just put, what's that shit that you wax? Oh, the car wax, the turtle wax.
Turtle wax.
So I wanted to show. I knew y'all had. Look, show the camera. I knew. Hey, I don't
You want a
mind, bro.
water freak?
I wear my age really well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with it. I didn't want to cover it up with the hat, but I'm wearing the shirt, bro. So shout out to my brother. If y'all want anything, just look him up on Facebook, Oscar Rodriguez. He tagged me on the post, but yeah, keep him hating for the gym wear, dry fit. Super dope, super chill. I love it. So I appreciate the
Nah, go
gear,
for
man.
it, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome. Yeah,
so-
appreciate you doing that. Not a lot of people do that.
yeah, man.
amazing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just I love Mono's got some skateboarding shirt or something that I'm gonna be like. See, my thing is I want people, and this isn't to get. I don't want to be one of the people on Instagram that are like, oh yeah, if y'all want to send me something, I plug y'all. Like, having companies send them stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's my boys that got something that's going on, or a client of mine that says organically, like, hey, I love your work. Hopefully, do you mind if I share something with you? Maybe you could try this out. I met somebody that does cakes, him and his wife, little, like personal little
Yeah.
cakes. Oh, bro, I was like, he's like, yeah, and then we sell on our website like aprons to cook it. I said, bro, you got one with you? I'll pay you right now for one. He was like, no, we'll give it to you. Nah, I'll pay for it. But I cook at home. I throw it on when I'm like baking with my son.
Dope.
Me and my son be making our own pizzas and stuff. So like he's got a shirt. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be wearing it in videos when I'm customizing.
Yeah,
You know
where's
what I'm
that? He
saying?
gave
Like,
me a hat, bro. I was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
bro.
wear that
It's
sucker.
all about support, dog.
Yep.
And any of my clients, this is a shout out to all my clients watching here or on the podcast live. Like if any of my clients got a brand or they got a team or whatever the case is, I don't have the biggest platform, but I would be happy to plug it. I would be happy to rock it
Yes,
while
sir.
I do a pair of custom cleats. If I happen to get paint on it or whatever, that's my line of work. So that's
Oh, yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. You know, like stuff like that will happen. But you know,
need to be rocking that right about
what's that?
now. Rocking the helmet.
No, no.
Yeah, we showed it earlier.
earlier.
We showed it
Yeah,
earlier.
just don't
Oh,
even
for
look
sure,
up.
bro. That's a good idea. Yeah, dude, especially around here, like I wear a hard hat at
Hey,
work.
nah, but when I look, check it out, check it
Yeah.
out. Hey, yeah, I took when I customized this for the first time, the visor wasn't on it, but I took a picture like this. I took a picture like this, and I looked at the camera like that, and it was that because I'm a cow. Yeah, bro. Hey, so I did it, but hey, I mean, this is just this. It's a hard hat for work, yeah, construction. Yeah. And look, yeah, I took the guts
Oh, I
out.
thought it was a skateboard helmet, bro.
Bro, that's what I told him to use it for.
Oh, wow.
No shit. Hey, bro, I said, I got this motherfucker See, I felt good saying that. I got this motherfucker sitting at the house. I said, Mono, dog, you can use it to skate in, bro. He's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna fucking wear that bitch at work, dog, I'm gonna flex on everybody. I said, yeah, but you would look cool, like, you know, or okay, if you ain't gonna use it
Nah,
to
but you
skate,
don't
go
understand.
join a competition so you have to wear a
Bro, you
helmet,
don't
and then you
understand.
gotta
Like
wear this.
over here at the oil field, at the refineries, they pride themselves in wearing hats like
Oh
that,
yeah,
dude. Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
They do stickers.
yeah, they do stickers.
they give you white. They give you a white helmet, bro.
and don't get me wrong.
This, yeah.
People go and buy it from like the safety store. They have like the American flag one. Like it's done at a factory though.
Yeah.
This is like This is like, hey man, what do you want, bro? Hey man, can you...
And you know we want stuff that nobody else has, bro.
I mean, so he gave me the idea. He was like, look, if you're gonna do a hard hat for me, cool, dog. But what are you gonna do? I was like, since it's my idea, I'll surprise you. He's like, bet, just bet, just surprise me, bro, please.
Yeah.
And that's what I came up with. Kelly Green, the old school eagle, the Philly skyline with the Rocky statue and the two Lombardis. And then I threw the Eagles in the front, like the helmet little decal. And then I threw the number 1 because, you know, Hertz is his guy. So I said, yeah, it's going down. And yeah, it came out cool.
You did the Cleats for him.
Yeah, so, I mean,
For who?
for Jalen, yeah.
Jalen Hurts. Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Which one is it? Is it the Eagle? The
one with the eagle.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
think we had. I don't think I sent that to him.
Oh, it's okay.
We'll check it out.
Yeah. The Gotham Phillies. I mean, I did them. And to put this out there, this is to be perfectly honest about everything. This was my idea. Okay, it wasn't hit up by me by anybody to say, hey, he needs a pair of customs done. This was me going through the source of my nephew because I met him with my nephew.
Right.
I met Jalen organically. We weren't even supposed to meet, bro.
Through Anias.
Through Anias. I went out to Philadelphia to go see my nephew. I went to his apartment. My brother was there. I actually picked up my brother from the airport in Philly. So I met up with him in Philly. We went to my nephew's. My nephew was at training all day, and when he got home, he said, hey, I'm going to this one-on-one training, you know, but I need to go to the facility to go pick up a couple footballs. Now, mind you, their practice facility is right across the street from where they were housing my nephew.
Oh, wow.
On the rookie contract, you know, they'll ask you want to go get your own stuff, you cool, but we could put you in something, and they put him in something dope. And it was walking distance from the NovaCare facility.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, come on, Unc, let's go. So me and my brother get in the car with him. He's driving. We literally leave the neighborhood and cross the street to get into the complex. It's gated. You got to put a code, big old gate, move. We pull in, and Jalen is right to the right of us cleaning his all-white AMG. This thing was nasty, bro. Like dropped,
Yeah.
dirty, just pearl white, dirty AMG, bro. Brand new Mercedes, dog. And he's wiping his rims, and he's got Big Dom with him. Big Dom is just standing there, right there. His like he's like the head of security for the Eagles.
Wow.
But I mean, this dude's gonna follow your biggest athlete,
Right.
you know, your most expensive athlete.
Wow,
You're gonna
crazy.
follow him to his house, make sure he's good and all that. But I told my nephew, bro, is that no? And he's like, yeah, that's Jalen. I was like, hey, bro, you mind if I get my phone and maybe we take a picture? And he's like, get out the car. I'm about to introduce you. Come on, let's get out.
Cool.
And that's
man.
what happened, bro. So I met him, told him, you know, he told him I'm the one that does Anias' Cleats. He's like, oh, that's dope, you know, whatever. I told him first pair's on me, and as soon as I left, I was homework. I was
Already.
straight to the
Wow.
lab, bro. So I did it in hopes and preparation, you know, that he was gonna rock him in the Super or rock him anytime.
Yeah.
There was a little detail that I missed,
Mm.
and there was a reason why I was off a half size by the size.
Oh wow.
But that stuff you learn in this business, and I still got to thank you for the cleats, and I still got a package. He's actually sending me a package of his breed of one clothing line. Yeah, you know, just kind of. But next
What size my shoe, bro?
right, yeah, exactly, bro. But next season though, this coming season, I'm. It's not even about that. Now my nephew could wear whatever he wants.
It's cool. Man.
So now y'all gotta understand.
wait. Like the brand of shoe you talking about? What do you
No,
mean?
not
Okay.
the brand that he could wear customs. My nephew couldn't wear any
Oh.
custom cleats this first year.
Because of his contract. Or
Whatever his contract speculated. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
It's
now
just-
he can be
absolutely
because his
100%.
contract is over or whatever,
It's
whatever.
it's off the rail now. Every pair he's gonna now I can have a pair every game next season.
amazing.
Just on my nephew. So again, you can't let something like that. Does it suck, bro? Fuck yeah, it sucks when you just don't see it happen. You're like, oh, it was so close. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But back to the drawing board.
Why so? Because you know that that's an important part for your business to
I
continue.
mean, bro, Jalen Hurts. I mean, if then Super Bowl, if he would have wore him, of course. But this is just to set the record straight. This wasn't because I had got asked by Channel 6 to do a segment on me, even when I was in Virginia.
Mhm.
Channel 6 reached
wow.
out to me. I have one of the reporters follow me on Instagram. We follow each other on Instagram.
Oh,
She
wow.
loves my work. She's a
Cool.
I think her name's Larissa. She works for Channel 6.
Well, you had one, right? You had a piece, didn't you?
Yes, that's the one
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
talking
it.
about. So
Yeah.
she did the piece on me in hopes that was the goal. The goal was that we were hoping he was going to wear him. He didn't turn out to wear him. So I'm just setting the record straight while I'm here now that's kind of what had happened. You know, I was off a little bit by the size. It's okay. We got it worked out for next season.
Cool.
I know I could at least have him wear one pair of cleats from me out of all 17, 18 weeks next year. That's not preseason and that's not
Amazing.
postseason. So, I mean, at the end of playoffs. So at the end of the day, I'm worried about my nephew. My nephew is my biggest responsibility when it comes to making sure that my work gets out there in the time that it needs to. My nephew's going to be the one that's going to get that all the time.
That's awesome.
He's always going to be the one to get it. So
Are you still working solo? It's your full-time gig.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Family of 5. So you had a 96-hour stretch when you were talking about it. I guess. Do you still work those kind of hours? What's been the hardest part? Time exhaustion or meeting demands?
yeah, meeting the demands by yourself, but that was having to juggle another job too. You know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of like a little more flexible, but it's also because, you know, a lot of that time opened up for me to say, hey, if I'm actually got my hands on something and I'm in the shop, I'm putting work out. So that's kind of like where I'm at today.
Cool.
I met up with 2 clients. I picked up a catcher's helmet and I picked up some cleats. You know what I'm saying? Those are going to get done tonight and picked up in the morning. You know, and I know I have a long day ahead. I know I have a long night ahead. I had a long day starting
Wow.
yesterday, bro. I had to pack. I had to get my son stuff from the grocery store for school the rest of the week.
Right.
Then I had to deal with him being heartbroken because he knew when I woke up. So I'm having to lay there, wait till he falls asleep so I get up and pack
yeah.
my stuff. Bro, I was literally down to the last minute before my Uber picked me up, making
Wow.
sure I didn't forget anything. And I still feel like I forgot something. But I can't remember. But I'm here. You know, I'm here. I'm gonna make it shake. And I'm excited to be here, man. I'm grateful for my clients. I'm grateful for my brothers, my family, everybody that has been a supporter of me and understanding what's going on. And like I said, you know, I just try to do right by people, man. It's important for me to do right by people. It's important that, You know, I keep it as one-on-one as possible. I don't need nobody trying to like talk the business for me. Like, oh, well, if you want to reach out to him, you can go through me. Nah, go through me directly.
Is that something you learned like along the way from, I guess, growing up? Like, you know
Um,
what I'm saying? I always try to figure out why people are like this. You know what I mean? Because what you were saying, what were you saying? I'm sorry. Like,
being one-on-one.
yeah, being one on one, just be having that type of grit, I
I,
guess you could
I
say.
I feel like I'd rather take 5 loyal clients than 10 unloyal or unfaithful clients. You know, I've had people, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in this business that, or any business, but I've had people hit me up and ask me, "Hey, I want to get a pair of cleats done, and this is what I'm kind of thinking, but how would you do it?"
Mm-hmm.
And I give them the idea. All right, all right. Well, I'm gonna talk to my husband about it, and then I'll get back with you. Then days later,
Mm-hmm.
I see their kid has a pair of custom cleats that I didn't do,
Oh wow.
and it's my idea. It's more so almost to the T, but they just didn't execute it the way I would have did it. And I just think like that's bananas to me because what draws them away, it's like, okay, this Ozarka is $2, but I can go get 4 50-cent bottles of this no name brand. Hey, it's still water, right? It's 4 bottles of water, and it is really,
Right.
but you know, I'm not saying my stuff's better. What I'm saying is people just, it's hard for people to be original, bro.
Mm.
It's really hard. I stay in my lane for a reason. The
Mm-hmm.
reason I don't even look at other people's work. You know, the cleats I want to create, like, you know, when I have an extra pair of cleats, I sit down and I think, hey, I want to do a pair because I want to post it and showcase. This was my idea and they're available for purchase, but this is what I came up with. Hey, bro, people don't know about Candyland. Like the kids, I'm saying, because you got to think about it. I'm in a line of work where it's kids, bro, predominantly kids. I'm about to be set up at an event from 6-year-olds all the way to 14-year-olds. What they're into is nothing. I have no education on Roblox, Fortnite, whatever it is that they're. Bro, you know, I've heard somebody
Maya's
say, "Hey,
laughing back there.
I heard my son." I heard somebody say my son's into Mr. Beast. I'm like, bro, that's a dude that just gives money away. He just has a YouTube. That's what they're into. I'm like, how would you even? Oh, he has a logo. Oh, so because he has a logo and that's what they're into. I'm like, bro, it's nothing like when we were kids. I was in the Ninja Turtles. I was in the original WWF, the original wrestling. WCW, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in the, you know, GI Joes and Transformers, bro. Like I wasn't into none of this stuff. So when I want to create something that I want to create, and I think to myself, oh, this will sell, bro.
Mm.
It won't sell. I sit on it because these kids don't know it.
Mm.
The parents get excited. The
Mm.
parents are like, oh my God, bro, like, but my kid ain't gonna want that. And I'm like, I just got excited. Like I'm gonna do a Candyland set for my trophy for my shelf at the shop. But
Cool.
when I do it, these kids don't know what it is. But just imagine it's gonna be just like the board, but on a pair of cleats. One cleat's gonna have the whole like the the squares,
That's cool.
the different colors with the different, you know what I'm saying? And I'm even gonna do a shoots and ladders theme too on another pair of cleats.
Right on, man. Yeah,
See what I'm
shoots and
saying?
ladders.
I lost them. They're gone. Boom, it's gone. Yeah, brother. Like who's this old man y'all
Ask
brought
your-
over here?
Ask the people on the live if they have any questions for you.
All right. So I'm sitting here. Does anybody on this live have any questions while we here? Before I guessing we're gonna start wrapping it up here pretty soon, guys.
In the meantime, what's been the toughest lesson facing competition in the sneaker industry?
Toughest lesson has been to not. It hasn't been my toughest lesson. It's just my biggest lesson is to not worry about anybody else. Keep your head down. I'm always gonna have the clients that I've had. They only multiply. They reproduce. Clients reproduce on their own with time span. So the 10 that I had loyal from the first year that came back the second year, they brought 2 or 3 more.
So you know
And
that.
then it just keeps going and going.
So you know that as long as you keep putting in work, clients will keep coming.
Consistency is key, and I think that's with
Consistency.
everything in life, bro.
Mm.
Everything in life. And
What-
and again, you hit it on the head. And the verify sizing. But again, when I did this was to do it in preparation of him not knowing we were gonna surprise him with it. So I blame fucking Google, and I blame You know, like
What are you talking about?
bio information about
Oh.
like an athlete. Like you could look up. Yeah, you could look up an athlete. And,
Oh, you're talking about the Jalen Hurts
yeah,
thing?
you can
Oh,
look
okay,
up an athlete and they'll have like a lot of them have sizing, a lot of them don't. But if you really do your digging, you can find out.
Crazy.
How I used to find out about what athletes wore, and I couldn't find it on Google, is I would go on eBay and I would type in the athlete's name, game worn cleats, and then it has the description and it says what size it is. And bam, I got his ass now. You know what I'm saying? So
So you utilize the internet a lot, and obviously I talk about AI a
for
lot.
free.
I talk about AI a lot. How do you feel about that? The AI? Do you use it at all? Like say ChatGPT or stuff like
The
that?
only AI I've ever known and will ever be known to know is Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know nothing about AI or what does it mean? Oh, artificial intelligence, right?
Yeah, because like if you go on Chat
Yeah.
GPT or whatever these chat bots or whatever, hey, what's the size of Jalen Hurts' shoe? And it'll search the internet, not just Google. It'll search everywhere. It's kind of like Google. It'll search everywhere.
It's like a robot, like
It's
a program.
like a bot, yeah,
like a
basically,
bot.
because basically they have a huge computer, and they feed all this information to that computer, and you basically asking that computer, hey, what's going on here, and it's going to give you the best result from all the data sets
Oh,
that
I
it
see,
has.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? So AI, it's basically kind of like a new Google. It's just more sophisticated in the way it answers. you.
Okay, but and look at this though. Let's just take my way of sourcing, right? Like something out, right? Who would think about that? Who would think about? Well, you know what? Go where they would sell something of this dude. How would they sell something and what come eBay? So you go and you type in that person's name,
Nice.
game worn, because it has to be a pair they worn in order for the people who have it that are selling it will just describe. They're gonna give the description. It was
Cool.
this year, this game, size such and such, autograph. They were used in the
That's so cool.
the game winning walk off home run, and he signed it.
That's cool, man.
And I'm like, I got his ass. Size fucking 12.
So you
motherfucker.
become a CIA, what you call it?
You have to, dog. Yeah, a detective. You have to, because, bro, I don't got no. I don't feel like it's. I feel like if you don't have to pay for something that's not being cheap, if you don't have to just openly just throw money away, dog, because you don't want to do a little homework, and you probably don't need to be in the line of work, bro. If you're passionate about something, you got to get down to the most lowest bottom point you could ever be in with that company and say, can I, or in that position of line of work, and can I get out of it?
Yeah.
You have to. And if you get out of it and you feel like, oh, I could do that shit again, bro, don't ever put me
Have
up
you
against
have you
the
heard
fence.
that Dennis Rodman? He would count the ball rotations, and he would look at them. He would see like Jordan shoot, and he would watch the rotations of the balls of the ball.
And who does that?
Dennis Rodman's
No, I'm
one.
saying-
I mean, see what I'm saying? Like
Who does
exactly
that?
what you're saying.
Who does that?
Yeah.
To what? To be able to count the.
To be able to see
Right.
where it's gonna bounce. Yeah, to see where it's gonna
I'm
bounce.
saying though, but who thinks of going into more dissecting, of
The
something?
person that's passionate about what they're doing,
Specialized in
like
that.
yourself.
Yeah.
That's why we're saying about it.
Right.
Is there any questions there?
Nah, just that
All
I'm
right.
ugly. My brother Hank said you're still ugly.
All right, real quick. So, what advice would you give a young person in Corpus Christi or anywhere just starting their own business? It could be a sneaker business or whatever type. What type of advice would you give them?
Believe in yourself and keep them hating. Like that's the biggest thing, bro. Because if you draw into the negativity, they already won. They got you out your zone. They got you out your element. And you know what? That I've always learned. It's hard for people to stick to something, but it's easy for them to give it up, dog. And that's anything. That's anything. It took me 20-something years to give up music, bro.
How'd you
20-something
feel
years
when
for
you
me
gave
to
it?
realize that it wasn't adding up, bro. And you know how hard, like, that crushed my soul, bro. Because I was like, dude, I wanted to do this my whole life. Then I saw it added up in the first year. Me and my wife were looking through the books. During COVID, I made 90,000 this year in cleats. She's like, I said, shit, I'm gonna make 100 next year.
No, come on.
I didn't. It took me a few years. I didn't, but I have.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You have a mindset.
Yeah.
That mindset to.
And it's progression, bro. And it's, you know what, you just gotta keep moving, keep grinding, keep hustling. I told myself in the first year I did it, I'm gonna do 100 pairs this year, bro. That's nothing now, bro. That's nothing now. Just with a team order, That's already 12 to 14 right there.
That's amazing how you can get orders like that.
It's all about the stripping and the preparation. Like what I'm going to do tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I have a team order I got to do. Every cleat will be unlaced at once. Every cleat will be taped off, marked off what player, what info, what name, what number, what's going on there, all with sticky notes, all inside the cleats. Everything is just in preparation.
Assembly line.
Assembly line. Then I'm stripping it, then I'm sanding it, then I'm wiping it, then I'm applying it, and then boom, paint time. Go, 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 go.
Damn.
Stencil, go, 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 go. Removal, touch up, all the way through. Clear coat, dry. That's right.
How do you feel about your equipment? Like, are you constantly like looking for upgrades?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, big dog. I'm comfortable. I don't need $1 million tool to make, or I don't need $1 million tool to make $1 million money. I could use a $30 tool like I use.
Right.
My airbrush is $30, bro.
Wow.
My first airbrush, $140.
So you're basically charging for your time.
Yeah, it's not about how fast I get it done. It's about the amount of time that I mastered and perfected to get it done that quick for you. That's what you're paying for.
Your value, the value of your time.
If I get it done in 30 minutes, that shouldn't tell you to ask me, well, damn, you got it done in 30 minutes. It should still be the same price. I should charge you more. I should charge you more.
Yeah.
And I'm fair. Y'all go look this up right now. Look up how much people who are really in the game that customize. They're not doing nothing under 1,500. Nothing. That's not including the cleat, bro.
Do you have a speculation of why that is?
Yeah, supply and demand. Supply, you want it that bad?
Okay, right.
Yeah, you want it that bad? This is what I'm charging. You want to know why? Because it's easy for us to say no now. It was hard for me the first 2 years. I couldn't say no to nobody, bro, because I was eager to get my work out there.
Right.
I used to start at this number, and by the time I knew it, I wasn't even making, bro. I was under $10, $15 because I couldn't even make the amount of money that they actually wanted to pay me just to cover the cleats that I got.
Wow. Amazing. Did you have I guess when it came to that point, you decided, okay, now I can say no. Did you figure out the hard way? Did you have a plan? You know what I'm saying? Did you look forward and be like, okay, I know at one point I can be able to say no to continue with my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's these milestones that you hit, and it's like, are you prepared?
I feel like I would have never said no had I not got put in that position to say no. I got put in a position after so many times that I was just like, you know what, nah, because it's not worth it. And I started having conversations with people. I was like, bro, is it really worth for me to continue this? And it's like, yeah, for the people that do care about your work, continue it for them. Don't worry about the naysayers and the people that want to try to like negotiate with you and all that. Worry about the 5 that you got solid over here instead of the 10 that keep calling you every month or every 6 months or every 3 weeks. Hey, bro. Hey, so how much would you charge? Bro, look up in the feed that we just had this conversation 3 weeks ago. The price is still the same. Right. Because it should have been more now. No, I'm serious, bro. And it's hard for me to do a pay increase right now with inflation. And that's my heart talking. I could easily say, nope, all my supplies has gone up in cost.
And you can blame it on inflation.
100%, because it is true, bro. All my supplies cost more. What used to cost me $4 a pack cost me $7 now.
Yeah.
And it adds up. So I'm like, y'all gonna have to
So you could do that.
I could, but I don't, bro. I don't, because I want people to still feel like, man, bro, this is a genuine dude, dog. Like, this dude's really, bro, he's really, really not into it for the money. This dude just wants to be able to be home when he wants. I want to be able to take my son. My son's starting T-ball. Right. And I'll tell this to anybody. Bro. I'm not missing that time, bro.
Man, you just mentioned that. We had another guest, Haley Wilson from the local Texas foodie or whatever, but she does. Anyway, she was saying that when you pay a small business, would you consider yourself a small business? You pay your small business, you're paying for their child's T-ball or their child's dance lessons or something like that when you're supporting the local business or small business like that. That's interesting that you bring that up. And it's interesting too that you're like, this is what I want to be able to be home. Right. This is why another reason why I'm doing this, obviously, to have money come in my pocket into my household so that we can, you know what I mean? Money's an important thing. It's an important thing. I don't like that we demonize it. You know what I mean? It can be demonized, but at the end of the day, every transaction that we do has something to do with money. So why do we demonize it? You know what I mean? Why don't we just like, okay, yeah, we do need this money. We do need to charge this. You know, we should do that. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, oh, he's greedy or he's this, you know, whatever. No, dude, like it's a currency. That's why they call it a currency.
And I fairly, and I say this with all due, I undercharge 100%, bro. I undercharge 100%. Like, bro,
It's cool that you know that you're mindful of that, you know.
yeah, I could easily charge more.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, and you know, I don't like to single anybody out, but you know, it's certain people and certain places and certain, it's just it's an effect. It's just like a saturation that people get sucked into where it's like, yeah, I don't want to pay for that. Oh, but they'll go stand in line for Selena cups for a whole day, a whole overnight and everything
Dude,
for a $5 Selena cup.
My thing is, bro, like if you can't afford it, if you don't got the money for it, don't mess with it.
Don't they call
It's hard
me,
too.
But look, this is the thing. That's the line of work, right? You got to go through the whole spill of being, and that's what I get for not having a website with pricing, because that could eliminate a lot of those questions.
Oh wow.
They could look at a website and see it and make a dictation on their, or they can make a decision and be like, yeah, I don't want to do it, or yeah, I want to proceed and give me a call or place an order.
Yeah.
I don't have a website because I can't put pricing on something that hasn't been talked about yet. So I can't say, yeah, I'll charge $400 for a pair of cleats,
Right.
but you want me to do color changing Louis Vuitton,
Right.
iced out cleats with an all red Christian Louis Vuitton bottom, bro. That's gotta cost you at least $600 to $700, bro.
So every client is different.
Every
That's why
client
you
is
can't
different,
charge.
but I still try to keep it in the same
Like
ballpark.
in a range.
I have to. Like right now, let's just throw a ballpark, and a lot of my clients they'll vouch for me and what I'm saying. A youth pair of cleats right now, you're looking at about $375.
Customized already, like that. Okay.
And the dude that got these, they ain't had no. Where do I send the money, bro?
Mm.
Now let's ask yourself this question: does that include or not include the cleats? But if you have a pair of cleats, does that change the price? And the reason why I say that to say this is because when I include the cleats, it's because I can and because I have the cleats to include, and it's a write-off for me anyway. And I got the canvas to eliminate time on waiting for somebody to ship me something that I could 50-50 possibly do or not be able to do because of the cleat that they chose. So what I do is I send them the cleats that I have in stock and say, if you choose any of these in a size 5 that you like, I could do it for you 100%. So it makes my job harder when somebody says, hey, bro, I got a pair of cleats or I get hit with this all the time. Can you do a pair of used cleats? I can, but are you going to get your money's worth? No, because what's going to happen is it's going to chip or it's going to crack because of the creasing, the wear and tear. They have to be brand new in order for me to remove the factory finish and strip it properly in preparation for me to paint it. It's got to be brand new. If it's not, you're going to get what you're paying for.
So you charge less for the used ones?
No.
Still the same?
No, what I'm saying is you're not going to get your money's worth. That's what I should have said. Not you're getting what you're paying for. You're not getting your money's worth. You're getting
it would be better to get a used
100%
for the amount that you're paying.
100%. I got a buddy. I got one of my clients that just booked me for when I'm out here. His name's Joey Flores. Wanted to get a full catcher set. I gave him different pictures with different pricing on what he could pick. The one he chose was the most expensive, most highest safety protocol, newest one that just dropped. I had to charge him that retail, and I showed him the retail.
Oh, wow.
Plus the artwork. This dude had a big ticket. Hey, I'm paying for quality service. You're ordering it for you. You're getting the catcher set for me. I don't need to worry about shipping it to you or buying it, making sure, is this the one you can do, bro?
Right.
I know what I can and can't do.
Wow.
So it eliminates that for my client anyway. My client says, hey, he's a size 5, but I really don't know what I want. Say less. Let me show you what I got in a size 5. Oh, I really like these cleats. Yeah, I'm doing the legwork for you. And I shouldn't.
Wow.
But I do. That's hard. That's me. That's the passion for it. Yeah. I'm passionate about it. So I try to take care of my clients as much and as fairly as possible, bro. And shout out to my brother Kali, man. House of Champs, that's my brother, man. He's got an apparel line where he takes care of all the athletes for like big team orders, backpacks.
What's the name of the apparel line?
House of Champs.
House of Champs.
House of Champs. My buddy Kali, man, out of Ingleside. He's a good dude. He's actually from Ohio. We're gonna be opening up a storefront out there in Ohio too. He's actually moving back here in the next couple of weeks, so he's got a building he's looking at out there.
Cool.
Plus, I got a potential client that's playing for the Reds right now that I'm trying to lock in right now. I'm not too sure if it's gonna happen. Like I said, potential.
Yeah.
And if it does happen, I'll be going out to Cincinnati to go take care of that as well, and he'll meet me out there as well. So we got a lot of things on the East Coast that's popping off right now, and I'm very excited for 2025.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Congrats,
pumped.
dude.
Yeah, I'm pumped, bro. So,
Congrats, man.
you know,
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thanks for coming on the show, man. Is there anything else you'd like to share? We covers a bunch of stuff. This is a good conversation.
Nah, man, I think it was great. I think it was awesome for the people. I'm just happy to be here. I'm grateful that you had me be a guest on here. So appreciate it, bro.
Sorry about last time. I thought we had the capability of doing it from live from here.
No,
We
you're good.
We set up our first conversation, but yeah, thanks for reaching out and coming out and having some of your time here. I know you got another. Do you have another client afterward? Oh, you got the Scoop Dose.
Yeah, I got the
Right Now
Scoop Dose off
podcast.
the Kush.
What
Yeah.
time is it at? 9 p.m.
9 p.m. So we're probably
Check it
gonna
out,
go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Right on.
And I think my son wants to come to that one. My 20-year-old or 21-year-old. No, I have a 21-year-old. So go pick him up.
21? Wow.
21, bro.
What's
so,
that like? Oh my god.
bro, 21 and 4, bro. They both drive
Holy-
me crazy, dog. Man, boy, them dudes drive me up a wall, bro. But yeah, man.
How many girls?
Three girls. Yeah, three girls.
What's the oldest?
So my son is the oldest. He's 21. Jadron. Then I got my daughter Tycho. She stays in Dallas. She's gonna be 16 in a few days, actually. And then I got my 9-year-old daughter, and then I got my 6-year-old daughter, and then I got my 4-year-old son.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got a handful.
Yeah, I'm trying to Phil Jackson this thing, you know. But
Well,
I'm
congrats on that, dude.
yeah, no, man, I'm
kids are a
happy, bro.
blessing,
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me, and shout out to everybody who supports me, all the people that were on this live for the whole interview, man. Thank y'all so much. And yeah, looking forward to getting the work done, man. I'm about to hit the streets of Corpus. If you see me out somewhere, y'all take a
Put your phone,
Take a moment.
tag your phone number and your tags or whatever.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
how do we get a hold of you or?
So, if anybody needs any custom artwork or anything of that nature, you can feel free to call me direct at 361-585-6279, or you can feel free to message me on any social media platform messaging, or even email me at benstangincustoms@gmail.com. And I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. I do got available time slots left before we get out of here. I do have people that are inboxing me to fill those time slots, so I will send an updated flyer here within the next hour or so. But yeah, if anybody needs any time slots, get it locked in now. We'll get you knocked out of the way, and then look forward to seeing everybody this week at 21 Sports Performance. Shout out to Chris Burnell, Veronica Burnell for having me down here and being part of the Perfect Game Super NIT this weekend in Portland. So
Right on.
we're gonna be
Sounds
rocking
good.
it, bro.
Yes, sir. Congrats, and you guys tune in, check it out. Thanks a lot. This is the episode, the 85th episode of the Corpus Christi Originals
85.
podcast.
I was born in 85. That's a good year right there.
Shout out to Maya, the producer back there, making this look nice, putting the photos up there. Produce Sound Studios. This is where we're at, downtown Corpus Christi, Texas. Stay tuned for the next episode. We got 86. I don't know who we got lined. We got somebody lined up. But yeah, thanks a lot. Also for Alex Martinez and Freakman sitting
My
down,
brother, thank you,
sitting on
guys.
the side from
Thank
the
you so
Right
much,
High
man. Love y'all
podcast.
boys.
Tune in tonight for
Yeah.
Ben Stangin Customs is also going to be on the Off the Cush podcast with Right High podcast. But yeah,
It's
thanks a
going
lot,
down.
guys. You have a good one.
Thank you.